Now on a Sunday afternoon in Northern California, MLB The Show has baseball from the Oakland Coliseum. Today we wrap up this 4-game weekend series between the Houston Astros and the Oakland A's. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Mike Fiers is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the A's. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matt, this guy's been throwing the ball really well. He picked up his 10th win of the year in his last one, and he'd like nothing more than to make it 2 good ones in a row and pick up his win number 11 today.
Here's Michael Brantley, and we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Leading off for Houston, the left fielder, number 23, Michael
And
Brantley.
now pitch on the way. Underway now in the Sunday finale as the first pitch today is taken for strike 1. And Dan Dero, these A's, as they begin play here this afternoon, they dropped another one last time out, and in fact they've won just twice in their last 8 tries.
What an opportunity to get a chance to put our eyeballs on one of the best teams in baseball right now. This team has played so well. Their manager has been on point. Every move he makes is working. Timely hitting, great defense, good bullpen. The starters have been on point. This is going to be special.
That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Kenna is there. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, you really have to appreciate what Jose Altuve brings to this team. I mean, this guy is a career 300 hitter. You talk about consistent. He delivers a good at-bat and clutch hits basically every time he walks into the box. I love watching this guy.
Stepping in is Josh Reddick. His previous history with Mike Fiers, he's got 2 hits in 20 at-bats. He also has 1 home run. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Time to check our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Freddie Ferguson.
Hey, Dero, you better be ready to swing, particularly at that low pitch. Freddie Ferguson, low ball umpire.
Yeah, it makes it tough on the offense. I was a guy who liked the low ball, but that usually means those guys are susceptible to that slider in the dirt. You have to see the ball up, and this guy doesn't give you a chance.
Rounded slowly to the left side. Simeon takes it in. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Batting third, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. One of the better hitters in the league this year, currently 7th in the American League in hitting.
This season really shouldn't come as a surprise to many. We all know what kind of skill this guy produces when he has a bat in his hands.
Here's the first pitch to him. And a changeup here misses off the corner to start him out. It's ball 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ooh, I'm shocked he took that pitch right there. That ain't plus 90s right there. That's mid to low 90s fastball in the honey hole. I'm surprised he didn't pull the trigger on that one.
Hey. 1-2 now as that's in there at the knees. Hit back up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So he's aboard following the 2-out base hit, and here in the penultimate month of the season, look up that word in your summer homework, kids. It's time to check out the league leaders in team batting average. And in fact, that number is not only the highest in all the American League, but is actually the highest in all of baseball. At the plate, Carlos Correa. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late. Fires, pauses. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Kenna on the move, and no one will track it down. Altuve, the runner at first with 2 gone. And it's 1-1. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And foul, though it had the home run distance. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Still even at 2-2. The 2-2. There goes Altuve. Pitch misses low. The throw down is going to be far too late. That's a stolen base. So he swipes second successfully, but you have to wonder now if that might actually end up taking the bat out of the hands of one of their better hitters.
Well, that's a good point, Matt, but I'd be a little surprised if that's the case. It's still early and the game is tied, so that would be a pretty cautious move to pitch around him here or just walk him flat out.
Ready with the payoff pitch, and it's fouled away.
Hey, we all love home runs and gappers, but I love the mano-a-mano right here. 5 foul balls in this at-bat. He continues to make this pitcher work.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. As he arrives at second without a play, as they jump ahead with a run scoring on the play.
The third base.
That's why you have to close the door when you can. They had 2 outs, but the 3-hole hitter rips a single, bringing the cleanup man to the plate, and he does what he's paid to do, cash in an RBI opportunity with a well-hit double.
Now to the plate, Alex Bregman. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First delivery to him on the way. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. 2-out base runner aboard in the top of the first. Counts even 1-1 to Alex Bregman.
Yep, 1-1.
But this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. Astros pick up a run on the RBI double. On to the bottom of the first at the Coliseum. It's now 1-0 Houston. Garrett Cole gets the start for Houston in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
So coming to the plate, Marcus Semien. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The shortstop, Marcus Semien.
First pitch on its way. There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball. Fellas, taking a look at these Astros entering play here this afternoon. They did get the win last time out, but it hasn't been the best week for them as they've won just twice in their last 6 tries.
Hey, Matty V, you know, if there's such a good thing as splitting a series, Dero, this is the one. They lose the first 2 games of this series, win Game 3. They'd like nothing more than to split this series and win Game 4.
Yeah, Bobby Cox always used to say, you got to take care and beat the teams you're supposed to beat and then play 500 against the really good teams. They have a chance to do that exactly today. Drop the first 2, but if they can win today, they split this series and move on.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Now a swing and a weak little line drive over to first. But an easy play there at first as that becomes the first out of the inning. With that, let's look at the starting lineup for the hometown A's. Who are you focused on, Dan Plesac?
Look, Matt, everybody should be looking at the guy in the 3 spot. He's having a really nice season, hitting over 300 coming into this one. And we all know that that's the magic number. When you hit over 300 for a season, you've got plenty to be proud of. Now we'll see if he can keep it up over the rest of the year.
So the base is empty here with 1 away. And up next, the power-hitting third baseman, Matt Chapman. First pitch coming. Here it is. Oh, and that one slung through the strike zone that time at 98. 0-1.
Well, clearly this guy doesn't need many warm-up pitches because he's 98 miles an hour in the first inning. Newsflash to the offense. They better get it going.
In there, and he's ahead 0-2 now. And now a slider in there for a called third strike, and there are 2 gone now.
That's what you call clipping the outside corner. Great movement on that slider, and it completely locked up the hitter. Didn't fool the umpire, though.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. He's, of course, a long ball threat, currently 3rd in the American League in that category.
Hey, Dero, up steps one of the best power hitters in the game. And actually, he hit one out of the ballpark in his last game.
Yeah, and I hear you talk about all the time. They come in bunches for the power hitters, and that's certainly the case right here. Better be very careful throwing anything over the harder to plate today.
Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1. His career line against Garrett Cole. He's got 1 hit in 17 at-bats. Boy, that fastball is just sizzling up there. 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. 2-1 to the A's first baseman.
As a veteran pitcher, he knows if he's going to have success in this one, he's got to establish that pitch in to get those guys to respect it and open up that outer half of the plate.
Now the 2-1. Taken, strike 2. And this ball is popped up, drifting back behind the mound. Bregman has got it, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 go the A's. They're on the short end of a 1-0 score. Here's George Springer. He'll get us started in the top of the 2nd.
The center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
Here comes the first pitch. Up and in there with the first pitch fastball. It's ball 1. And he takes a called strike 1. A shot down the first baseline, and that's through for a hit.
He doubled up on that one, Danny. Back-to-back changeups. Nice job by the batter right there, staying on that pitch.
That's one of the things that this pitcher will do, though, Mark. His changeup is so good, he's not afraid to throw it back-to-back pitches.
Now the Cuban import, Yuli Gurriel. Now a swing and a weak little line drive over to first. And they'll take it to the bag for the out. And there's your unassisted double play.
The designated hitter, Asdrubal Cabrera.
Here now is Asdrubal Cabrera. Just 1 for 10 in the series coming in, so he'll look for better results here today. Fires into his motion. Here's the first pitch. He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball. 1-0. A 2-0 count to the Astros DH. 2 out, nobody on. And he finds the black here with a curveball. 2-1. Asdrubal Cabrera ahead in a 3-1 count now. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now. Hard on the ground towards short. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Hey, guys, that's an excellent job right there. That's a back foot slider. Usually those are kryptonite for most batters, and he's able to fight it off, keep his hands inside the baseball, and deliver a base hit.
Into the box, Robinson Chirinos. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. Line toward right center. That gets down, and the inning will continue. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
Boy, there's a long drive bullet off the wall right there, but the outfielder does a really good job, D-Row, of getting that one quickly and getting it back in to keep him at first for a long single.
Yeah, and also nice job by the base runner not there, not putting his head down, being over aggressive and getting thrown out at second base. He saw the play happening in front of him and put the brakes on and got back for a base hit.
Yeah, D-Row.
In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. And the runners will stay put here on ball 1. Runners at the corners, 2 men out. 2-0 to Bradley. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
That's a really tough pitch to do anything with. The backdoor slider just off the plate, just missing the strike zone. That's nearly an unhittable pitch to hit for a hitter.
3 balls, no strikes. And he won't even have to take the bat off its moorings. A 4-pitch walk here.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Riding in once again, Josh Reddick. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. Now a curveball knocked down at home plate. No movement on base. It's ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0, and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
And the ball in the dirt as it gets away a bit. And he will score from third. A daring move as he scores on what ought to be called a wild pitch. Fastball was too much for him there. Swung right through it. Popped straight up. And no one will track it down. Ready with the payoff pitch. In the air, down the line and left. And this will wind up a foul ball. Chirinos, the runner at third. Brantley on at second with 2 down. Lifted in the air to center. Moving under it, Laureano. And they'll avoid the big inning as he makes the catch, so just the 1 run scores here in the frame. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Astros lead it 2-0. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Chris Davis. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And he'll start the at-bat with a slider that didn't miss by a whole lot. It's ball 1. There's a fastball right down Broadway taken for a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and they're probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
Good hard slider at 88. It's 1-2 now. And the knuckle curve freezes him as he becomes out number 1.
Time for a look at the Houston Astros on D. And can we focus on George Springer, one of the more dynamic outfielders in our sport? He will leave his feet. He's got a cannon for an arm, not afraid to dive in and say hi to the fans if a ball's going near there too. Do not test this guy's arm.
Digging in now, Ramon Laureano. First pitch on its way. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. That fastball was a lively one. You could hear the pop of the glove all the way up here.
Yeah, nothing better, huh, guys? I guess maybe the crack of the bat, but I'm not as partial to that as most people. He looks good and loose out there to start this one.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And it's 1-2. 1 out, nobody on. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
So now it's Mark Canha, his career line against Garrett Cole. He's 0 for 7. First delivery to him on the way. Starts him out with a slider for a strike. Canha, 30 years of age. He was a first-round pick during the 2014 draft.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
The 1-1 is a fastball that misses.
A great case of a manager sticking up for his pitcher right there and giving that umpire an earful. He didn't get that pitch called the way he wanted it to, but the manager's planting a seed in that umpire's mind to try to expand the strike zone so some of those borderline pitches start to go his pitcher's way.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Outside and a full count, 3-2. Robbie Grossman would be next. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Gurriel is there, and the side is retired. A's are gone in order. They trail it here 2-0. Welcome back. Here's Heidi Watney with a report as we get set for the top of the 3rd. Heidi?
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Astros manager A.J. Hinch between innings specifically about his club's offense to this point. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jose Altuve. He'll step in to lead it off in the top of the 3rd. First pitch of the at-bat. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. There's a breaking ball, but it's laid off and doesn't find the zone.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that for a strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
The 2-0 is looked at for the first strike.
Love the pitch call there. 2-0. You know the guy's geared up for a fastball, and you drop a changeup in the zone. That's going to be a tough pitch to handle.
The 2-1 is looked at off the plate for a ball.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin inning number 3.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close. So I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Here's Carlos Correa now. An RBI double is what he was credited with his first time around. There goes Altuve. Line drive to center field. That gets down. He's got himself a base hit. And this will find the wall in the very deepest part of the yard. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Well, last time this guy had some success, but he can't seem to get it going here. In fact, he's given up more hits in this one than he did his entire last outing. And we're only in the 3rd inning.
And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's got a chance to add to this early lead as he'll bat with a couple of guys in scoring position. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he lays off there, 1-0. Ball 2.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they don't want to challenge this guy right here, but working around a guy can come back to bite you at times.
Altuve at third. Correa stands at second. No outs. Lifted down the line in left. And they can't run it down. The 2-2. is looked at, and the count moves full. George Springer is on deck. Now the 3-2 pitch. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. And when in doubt, he'll just step off and bluff that runner back to third. A payoff pitch one more time. Grounded back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. One run scores. The throw to the plate. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
The center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
You'd have thought someone had a radar gun on him with the effort he put into that throw. That's a cannon of an arm right there.
In now, George Springer, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1.
These guys hitting aren't in first place by accident. They excel at getting out to early leads, so this is a big moment in this game. If they're able to lengthen this lead any more in this inning, they're going to be in really good shape to come away with a win today.
Astros center fielder ahead with a 2-0 count.
You know, guys, these hitters have had some great looks at that slider so far, and clearly they're all on the same page. The plan is simple. Lay off that slider and make him bring up something straight in the strike zone.
And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Well, he was definitely struggling coming into this one, but I think we could say that cold streak is officially over. That's his second hit of the game, and it goes for extra bases. We'll see now if this game proves to be a huge turning point for him.
And now time is called, and the reliever is warm out there. Standing in now, Yuli Gurriel, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike 1. This is line to left. That's in there, base hit. And the second run will score as well, as they've opened it up to 6-0 now.
You know who's the happiest man in the building right now? His starting pitcher. He's got a big old smile on his face. He knows he has a 6-run lead here in the early going to work with. You can't let that take away your edge, though.
Now at the plate, Asdrubal Cabrera. He reached on a single in his first try. Number 11 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
The Athletics, number 11.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. One there. On to first, so he comes right out of the bullpen and gets the double play.
The catcher, number 28, Robinson Chirino.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the catcher, Robinson Chirinos. First pitch on its way. To short, hit hard. Taken in by Simeon. Throw in time for the 3rd out, but it certainly took a while as the inning is finally over. So it's 4 runs on 4 hits here. No errors and no one left. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Astros on top, 6-0. Here's Robbie Grossman. He starts the inning, and Dan, they're down 6 in the early going. So what do they need to do to claw back into this thing?
Robbie.
Well, first of all, Matt, I think they need to start to get some base runners. It's hard to be patient when you're down by 6, but base runners are the key to getting back into this one.
First offering on its way. There's a fastball on the inner 3rd taken for a strike.
I got to believe this is an awesome time for this pitcher to get real aggressive in the strike zone. He's got a huge lead. He knows he can pound and try and polish up his mechanics down and away.
0-1 looked like a knuckle curve, and it's 1-1 now. Called strike on the inside, and he can't believe it at the plate. It's 1-2 now. The 1-2. Misses, ball 2.
2-2.
Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2. Chad Pinder waits on deck. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Back goes Springer to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Batting it.
And with
The
one away
second
for him
baseman.
here in the inning, let's take a quick look at the standings, and you can see that these guys pretty much have the division in hand to this point in the season. So one away here with the bases empty, and up next the ever versatile Chad Pinder. First pitch of the at-bat. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
At the ball.
Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
Count is 2-1.
Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. And this one is over, and he works the count back to 2-2. A's still looking for that elusive first hit of the ball game. Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Pinder is retired, 2 down now. Stepping up to the plate, Chris Herman. And Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. Herman, or Herm the Worm as he's sometimes called. He was taken in the 6th round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
1 ball and 2 strikes to the A's catcher. swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. 2 out, nobody on. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. And that ends the inning. Make it 9 straight here to start the ball game. On now to the top of inning number 4. It's the Astros 6 and the A's nothing. Back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, Michael Brantley. It was a walk in his last trip.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Starts things here with a changeup for a called strike.
Hey, when one of your better pitches is the straight changeup, you can't be afraid to throw it at any count and at any time. And hey, first pitch, if they're going to take it for strike 1, they're going to give it to you. Go ahead and throw it.
A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. Hit back up the middle. Simeon's got it. And the throw here is in time. Very nicely done there at short for the first out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Josh Reddick.
At the plate, Josh Reddick, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Looked like a breaking ball there, but it missed badly. 2-0.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
Two-0 count. The pitch. Pops this one up. Simeon ranges back, and he has it for out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman, Jose Altuve.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and striding in the speedy second baseman, Jose Altuve. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. 6 runs, 9 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. Changeup stays outside, and he's behind 2-0.
That's a good approach when you're facing a young arm you might not be too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got. Now he's got himself ahead in the count.
2 balls and a strike to Jose Altuve. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. They lead it 6-zip. Striding in, Marcus Semien back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
First delivery to him on the way. And he takes ball 1. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Hit in the air to center field. Springer has a read on it. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. First time up, he went down looking.
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though. You'll have a few ABs where you get completely fooled. Look for him to be on the attack early in this at-bat.
Strike one to start the at-bat. One strike now from Cole.
Nope.
Fastball just misses. That's ball one. And that one misses here as he falls behind the Oakland third baseman. 2-1 now. Fastball is looked at for strike two.
You can clearly see that the hitter didn't like that strike call, and his manager, he didn't like it either, as he's giving the umpire an earful from that dugout.
That softly hit to right. Will that get down? Catch made there by Altuve, and there are two gone now.
Now batting, first baseman, Matt Olson.
So bases are empty here with two gone, and that brings in the big power hitting first baseman, Matt Olson. First offering on its way. In there for strike one. There's a fastball right down Broadway taken for a strike.
You know, it's great to be patient, make a pitcher work and all that stuff to try to get walks, but you have to be ready to hit. And that was a really hittable pitch, and now you've got to deal with an 0-2 count.
Inside and high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike three, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Digging in, Carlos Correa. 2 hits in 2 trips for him thus far.
Carlos Correa.
Here comes the first pitch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. Lifted in the air to center field. Moving under it, Laureano. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, third baseman, Alex Bregman.
Digging in once again, Alex Bregman. He singled and drove home 2 his last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Count is 1-2 now. The 1-2. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And that's going to be high. 2-2 now.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
Into the corner and slicing foul. The 2-2 one more time. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as the offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
Some guys with big arms like this, they're just chuckers. They just throw the ball as hard as they can, and where it ends up isn't that big of a concern, but that wasn't the case there. That was a very well-pitched fastball right on the corner at the knees. Good luck hitting that one.
Into the box now, George Springer, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Back up the middle, and another base hit for him as he's gone 3 for 3 in this one. So with that, the top of the 5th is still alive.
Well, I think it's safe to say the ice is melted on this guy. He had been cold coming into this game, but that being his 3rd knock, I guarantee you my man's smiling on the inside.
Into the box, Yuli Gurriel. Now a ball softly hit and fouled off to the left, strike 1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Comes set with the 0-1. Oh, good spot on the black for strike 2. Great changeup there in the dirt for the 3rd strike. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1 hit, 1 left. Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Astros 6 and the A's nothing. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Well, Matt, I talked to manager Bob Melvin during the break about his thoughts on the A's hitters to this point. And he was pretty blunt in saying they're just not having very good at-bats. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Here's Chris Davis now. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
That's a real good job of going back-to-back fastballs right there. Most of the time, a hitter will see a fastball in the inside half of the plate, and they'll just think, well, this pitcher's going to go back on the outside. But when you double up like he did right there, it sends a message to the hitter that you're not afraid to throw in that inner half of the plate.
The 2-2. Gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout.
Well, at the plate, he kind of got bailed out on that previous pitch. I think it should have been a strike. Then he goes down looking, and you really can't feel too sorry for him. Not a lot of protecting with 2 strikes there.
And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball.
Not what you want to do on the mound. Go from 0-2 to 3-2, but credit the man in the box for being patient, even with 2 strikes.
Now that's popped up. Gurriel shading to his right. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Still a little early to start talking about these things. There you go, right there. A big goose egg in that hit column, worth keeping in mind as we get later into the afternoon. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and striding into bat next, it'll be Mark Canha. First offering on its way. And that's on the outside corner for a strike. No runs, no hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. Good waist pitch. 1-2. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. A's are gone in order. They still find themselves down 6-0. Yusmeiro Petit gets the call to pitch here, and he'll try to sort this mess out. He's going to try to at least eat a couple of innings for his guys. Now the Astros designated hitter as Asdrubal Cabrera. In previous matchups with Yusmeiro Petit, he's just 1 for 6. He's set, and the pitch. Strike taken up in the zone.
You know, guys, sometimes guys don't like pulling the trigger 0-0. They want to see something go by, calibrate the speed, calibrate the break, and then make their adjustments off that. Maybe that's the case right here.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. Petit has made a name for himself as a very effective reliever in his career, but he really doesn't fit the bill as a prototypical bullpen arm. So many guys bringing huge strikeout numbers these days. He isn't one of them.
No, he's not, Matty V, but what he does do, he does a great job of missing barrels of the bats. He changes speeds, moves the ball in, out, up, and down. Not overpowering, but he knows how to pitch.
Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The catcher, number 28, Robinson Chirino.
Ready now, Robinson Chirinos. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Now the pitch. Starts him out with a changeup for a strike. One out, nobody on. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Boy, it's hard to sit on an 0-2 fastball. I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
And this is swung out and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 6th inning.
Pretty textbook breaking ball for the punch out right there. Got it to bend a lot, and by the time it got there, it had fallen completely out of the zone. Not much you can do with that pitch.
Stepping in now, Michael Brantley, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Behind 0-2 now. And they'll try to tempt him with a curveball, but this bounces in front of the plate, and it's 1-2.
Tried to get him to chase that 0-2 curveball there, but he wasn't biting. Very well could see it again here, though.
Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. Herman gathers, and the throw to first ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the home half. Houston leads this one 6-0. Leading off the inning, Robbie Grossman, and they'll need him to get something going here.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. They want to get things going. How about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game. 1
ball, no strikes to count. Now the 1-0. That misses. 2-0.
Well, here's a guy we know is swinging it pretty well at the plate lately, and based on those last 2 pitches, I think I know why. He's doing a great job of putting himself at counts where he's likely to be successful.
That one's in there on the black. 2-1. Slider misses, and he's in danger of losing him here. 3-1.
He's had command of his pitches all day, hasn't walked a soul, but we find ourselves in a 3-ball count here. Want to see how aggressive he gets in the zone.
And the perfect game will go by the wayside here as this pitch misses for ball 4.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Standing in, Chad Pinder. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
All right, all you're asking for as an offense is a chance. Well, your leadoff man has certainly done his part. He's gotten on base. You have to start clawing back into this game right now if you're going to find a way.
And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. In for strike 2. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
I always like watching pitchers that attack with their fastballs until there's a reason to start mixing it up. He hasn't needed many of the secondary pitches so far in this one, and there was another good fastball for a strikeout there.
In now, Chris Herman, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. 0 for 1 after he took a look at strike 3 in his first plate appearance. The 0-1 delivery. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
When you find yourself in an 0-2 hole against one of the best hurlers in baseball, you're basically just hoping to make contact. He's so good at putting guys away, though.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
That's 10 strikeouts for him now, and I'll tell you, he could rack up quite a few more before he's done. Still a lot of game left in this one.
Simeon.
So the lineup flips over, and digging in, Marcus Semien. He's lined out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. He's set. Here it comes. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. A ball and a strike. A shortstop behind with a 1-2 count. Grossman is off at first with 2 away. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. And he struck him out. So it might be time to begin the countdown as he's now gone through 6 innings without allowing a base hit. 1 left for Oakland. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Back here at the Coliseum in Oakland. It's on to the 7th now with the Astros on top in this one. And as the final warm-up tosses are thrown, let's get a look at our game summary through 6 innings. Standing in, Josh Reddick. He flew out in his last at-bat.
The right fielder, Josh
Reddick waiting, and now the pitch. A ball and no strikes. Hard on the ground toward short. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Next to the Astros, the second baseman, HOU.
Next up for the Stros, Jose Altuve. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
You know, that can really be an effective pitch to a guy that has a lot of pop. They're up there looking for a fastball up in the zone, so if you can place it a little above it, they have a hard time getting the barrel up there.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. Again, he sends it out of play. The 0-2 once more is looked at for ball 1. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now.
These are the great matchups that happen throughout the course of a game. I don't think as a pitcher you can give in right here. He's a great hitter at the plate. He knows it. You know it. Keep executing. Maybe get him to roll something over.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. Carlos Correa is on deck. Inside with the fastball, and he works the base on balls.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Stepping up now, Carlos Correa. In previous matchups with Yusmeiro Petit, not great. He's 1 for 8. Blake
Ladies and
Trinan
gentlemen,
comes on
your
to pitch
attention,
now, hoping
please.
for better results
Now
than the
pitching
other
for the
arms that
Athletics.
they've run out there in this
Number
one.
39, Blake Trinan.
Has a look, now the pitch. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. Slider finds the zone for a strike.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that two-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2. Runner at first here, one man out. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Alex Bregman is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 is in there for strike 1. Slow little grounder left side. Chapman brings it in. Throw on to Olson will take care of him at first, and that ends the inning. Astros leave 1, but they're on top by a count of 6-0. So stepping in, Matt Chapman. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game.
We're moving right along into this one as we head into the late innings. Listen, if you want to score, you got to have to bunch some hits together, and they haven't been able to do that so far. So hopefully this leadoff guy, this will be the right guy at the right spot to get something going.
Altuve at second. And that's out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Matt Olson.
Digging in, Matt Olson. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch of the at-bat. Here's a knuckle curve that backs him up a bit. Ball 1.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room right here. This guy's absolutely dealing, throwing a no-hitter, but that pitch count's getting up there. He's going to have to be super efficient in these later innings if his manager's going to give him a shot.
Ball 2 now.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone-cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
2 balls and a strike to count. Now the 2-1. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field, but that'll stay in the park as it's off the left field wall. And he'll pull into second with 1 away. They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game, so the no-hit bid will end right here.
Yeah, Matty V, and this is where you start thinking about that no-no. You get into the 7th inning, D-Row. As a pitcher, you start looking ahead to what might happen.
And that donut stares at you from an offensive standpoint as well. This guy's had his A game. You can't deny the fact that he's pitched a heck of a game, but from an offensive standpoint, you never stop grinding to get a crooked number up on that board.
Hey, we're moving into the later innings right here, and this guy's continuing to pitch well with his first pitch strike percentage well over 60%. That's about league average so far, so he's right on point.
There's the knuckle curve laid off, 1-1. Olsen leads off second with one gone in the inning. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Chris Davis.
Love the fact the pitcher challenged him in that spot right there. Didn't love the location. But I got to be honest with you, I think he's got him on his heels right now. Don't be shocked if he attacks the zone again.
Ground ball, foul down the left side. The 2-2 one more time. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. But it bends just foul into the second deck. 3 balls and 2 strikes, a full count to the A's DH.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit or at least force him out of the game.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
When you're this deep into a start, it can be really exhausting and annoying when a hitter
22.
makes you work as hard as he did right there. He got the strikeout. That's great, but he's probably thinking, get that guy out of here.
Standing in now, Ramon Laureano. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. And no one will track it down. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. In the air to right center and carrying well. Way back there now. And gone. Home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. 8th home run on the season for him. As the lead is cut to 4, it's 6-2 now.
Yeah, and it's always important to scratch that first run across when you're getting shut out. But now they're within 1 grand slam of tying it up. Might seem improbable, but hey, psychologically it matters.
Now here comes the Houston manager out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And it appears that we've seen the last here in this one of Garrett Cole. So his final line will show 6 2/3 innings pitched. He was very effective out there, no doubt. Chris Davinsky takes over pitching duties,
now
looking to get that
Houston,
final out now here in this 7th inning.
Chris Davinsky. The right fielder, number 20, Mark Canha.
Into the box, Mark Canha, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Head to head against Chris Davinsky. He's 1 for 2. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he takes strike 2. Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. But the Athletics strike for 2, both coming on this 2-run home run. We'll march on to the 8th. It's the Astros 6 and the A's 2. So digging in now, George Springer will start us off in the 8th.
George Springer.
From the stretch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Kenna on the move, and no one will track it down. 0-1, here it comes. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2.
Nope, that's there.
There's a shin-high slider laid off for a ball. The 1-2. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. The 2-2 one more time. Doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Now the payoff pitch home. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
The first baseman, number 10, Ulieski.
In now, Yuli Gurriel. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Breaking ball drops right in the chute for a strike. A ball and a strike to count to the Astros first baseman. Nobody out, runner on first. Runners on the move for second. Here's a swing and a ground ball that gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game. The runner from first comes all the way around to score.
Yeah, now they're looking at a 5-run deficit, and that doesn't bode very well for them, especially considering that they've only been able to scratch a couple of runs across the entire game. If this isn't the end, they can definitely see it from here.
Digging in, the switch hitter as Dribble Cabrera, career against Blake Trinan. He's hitless in 6 tries. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Sinkers in there, no balls and a strike. Gurriel stands at second with no outs. And now a swing and a miss by Cabrera as he falls behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Grossman shading to his right, and he hauls it down in the corner. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
Now batting, catcher, Robinson Chirino.
At the plate, Robinson Chirinos. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
Too high, 1-0. That's inside. 2-0. Ready with the 2-0 pitch. Behind on the swing that time, and it's 2-1. A 2-2 count to the Astros catcher. Here now the 2-2 is down low, and he gets the call. Strike three looking.
Well, that call looked like it was a little in the pitcher's favor, but it wasn't outrageous. Hey, listen, calling balls and strikes is a really tough job, and even the best are going to miss some from time to time, especially when they're sort of borderline like that last one. Not sure the hitter would want to hear that, though.
Into the box now, Michael Brantley, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready with the 0-1. And there's a base hit on the line. And the runner at third will put the brakes on here, as they didn't want to chance it even with 2 outs.
Up next to the Astros.
This game is unbelievable sometimes, Dan. There's a bullet knock right there. You're expecting an RBI. He almost hit it too good. He can't even score.
Boy, too good is it, Mark. This is one right here. It just kind of gets out to the outfielder so quick that the runner not able to score from second base.
Stepping in, Josh Reddick. Career against Blake Trinan. He's 2 for 4.
Your attention, please.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. First delivery to him on the way. And he fouls this one off. Buchter, a 32-year-old veteran. He was taken in the very late rounds back in 2005.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
And a curveball taken for strike 2.
Love that pitch right there, and he executed it perfectly. A big arcing curveball that starts at the batter's hip and then just bends onto the inside corner. A lot of hitters have a tendency to open up way too early, and they can't make good contact on that pitch.
Runners on first and third, 2 away. No offer at the curve that time, and it's knotted up at 2-2.
He executed that 1-2 curveball pretty well. I think it's right where he wanted it to end up, but he couldn't get him to chase at it. We'll see what they go with now after that didn't work out.
Fouled away. The 2-2 one more time. Is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. Astros pick up a run on the RBI double. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's the Astros 7 and the A's 2. New pitcher coming on now as we'll get a look at the side armor, Joe Smith. Leading off the inning, Robbie Grossman, and they'll need him to get something going here.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
0-1 the count. And they go away here. It's a called strike, 0-2.
Hey, as a hitter right here, you can't be leaning out over. I know those first 2 pitchers were in the outer half, but nothing saying he can't ride a fastball in right here.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Well hit to right, but a foul ball. The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now. And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and it backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
Ryan Presley answers the call now, looking to get this one on to the 9th inning without any trouble. And that brings up Chad Pinder. First pitch coming. Here it is. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. The 1-0 finds the zone, strike 1. Now the 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
He's staring a hat trick in the face right now after that swing. He has just got to find a way to zone up a little bit more. You cannot expect to make solid contact chasing stuff outside the zone.
1 out, nobody on. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Now in the box, Chris Herman, and they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, that's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Here comes the first pitch. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. On the line, that's a base hit.
Whoa, that ball was close, whizzed right by his head. I think he probably heard it go by, guys. That's pretty unsettling for a pitcher. Trust me, I know.
Simeon.
In now, Marcus Semien, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Reddick is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired. The A's strand 1. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Stepping in, Jose Altuve. He'll try and lead things off here in inning number 9.
Jose Altuve.
He's set and the pitch. 9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
But there's your textbook waste pitch right there. Try and get the eye level up. Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated or drops a hammer off.
The 1-2 is laid off of down and in.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there, just out of the strike zone. But listen, when you're a 300 hitter, you don't chase a lot of those so-called pitcher's pitches. This guy knows the strike zone.
And he looks at a cold strike 3 as the cut fastball's in there, and that's out number 1.
The batter, number 1, shortstop.
So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Carlos Correa. 2 hits in 4 attempts to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And a high strike there, 0-1. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The third baseman, number 2, Alex Bregman.
Ready once again, Alex Bregman. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. First pitch of the at-bat.
Nope.
Fastball just misses. That's ball 1. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Now with the base is empty, I think he needs to be careful not to just groove one here just because it's 3-0. He's a guy that could ambush you and lose one over the wall.
And this one misses inside. A ball. He walked him, and they've got themselves a 2-out base runner.
It was obvious when the count ran to 2-0 that they were not going to give this guy anything to hit. Sometimes you have to pick your battles, and they're going to try their luck with the next hitter.
Ready for another chance? George Springer. He's got 3 hits, including a double to this point. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled off. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. And it's fouled away. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hard ground ball to third. Chapman has it cleanly, and he'll just beat the throw to second. He's in there. And as it turns out, the 2-out walk doesn't come around to haunt him as that ends the inning. Justin Farrell is on, and he'll take over on the mound in relief.
Number 13, Justin Farrell.
Next up for the A's, Matt Chapman. And at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
Well, when you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
He's set. Here it comes. No balls and a strike to count. Here comes the 0-1. And there's ball 1. the 1-1 delivery. Chapman swings, and this one's hit very well out to left. And that's off the left field foul pole, a home run. So a solo shot down the line in left, number 14 on the season, as it's now a 7-3 game.
As soon as this thing left the bat, you knew it had the distance to get out of here. The only question was whether it was going to stay fair or not. And that question was answered with a resounding doink as it caromed off the foul pole for a homer.
Will Harris, the 6'4" right-hander, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Up next for Oakland, the first baseman, Matt.
Stepping in now, Matt Olson, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Oh, and 1, here it comes. Way inside with that one, a pretty easy take there. Now the 1-1 pitch. Takes a pitch for strike number 2.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
And he fouls this one off.
Hey, if he's going to offer at a fastball above the zone, why don't you just continue to climb the ladder? Don't be shocked if he goes even higher with this next pitch.
Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball. The 2-2 misses up and in.
That's a good pitch to lay off right there, that cutter inside, and that is a real tough pitch for hitters to lay off of. And a lot of times if you do swing at that cutter in, you're going to end up with some firewood in a broken bat.
And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
The batter, number 2, designated hitter.
So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Chris Davis. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. And that's in there, 2-1. Cut fastball that time, but he doesn't bite, and now it's 3-1. It's up to a 3-2 full count now.
3 balls and 2 strikes.
And he'll strike out here yet again, as it's been a ball game to forget thus far. 4 strikeouts.
Now batting, number 22.
Ready for another shot now, Ramon Laureano. Career numbers against Will Harris. Just a couple of matchups, no hits in 2 at-bats. First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes. The 1-0. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike. Harris, a native Texan. He was a 9th round pick during the first-year player draft of 2006.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
The 1-1 is looked at for ball number 2.
Good job by the catcher to keep the ball from getting too far away and allowing that base runner to get into scoring position. That keeps the double play in order, which they need, seeing as they've already given up 1 run in this inning.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field, his 2nd of the game, and that lead is trimmed to 7-5 here.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Roberto Ozuna takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 54, Roberto Ozuna. Now batting, right fielder, Mark.
Standing in now, Mark Hanna, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Well, this one's been a bit of a head-scratcher, despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty B, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all in the ballpark, but still not enough offense. It just goes to show you this sport is still, D-Row, all about pitching.
It is. It begins and ends on that bump right there. And there's just so many facets to the game. Defense, base running. It's just not the team that hits the most home runs is going to win the ball game.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 is a fastball taken high for a ball.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
The 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2, and now it's full 3-2. 3 runs already home here. Fouled away. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the 3rd time.
This has not been a weekend to remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Into the box now, Robbie Grossman. Fastball, and ooh, that ran in and drilled him.
These guys are pros and they're tough,
Now
but I know that one hurt.
baseman.
He'll never show it,
Yeah.
though. Too much pride at stake.
Pinter.
Now at the plate, Chad Pinder. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Jurickson Profar
your
will be
attention,
called
please.
upon here to hit with the
Big hitting
game
for
on
the
the line.
Athletics. Number 23, Jurickson Profar.
And a bit too high with that one. It's 1-0. 258 the average to begin play. 14 homers and 63 runs batted in. Runs that slurve of his inside, and it's 2-0. And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1.
You know, Matty, I'll never understand this. You work so hard throughout the course of the season and course of this game to get in 1-0, 2-0, 3-1 counts. Guarantee yourself a fastball 80 to 90% of the time, and he takes it. Just can't understand the methodology there.
Now the 2-1. And that's taken for strike two, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon. Last strike now for Oakland. And he strikes him out to end it here, as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Yeah, nice job slamming the door shut right there. And I'm told he just tied me on the all-time saves list with 158. That's a number I'm proud of, and he should be too.
7-5 how today's comes to an end. The Stros jumped out to an early lead in the first and never looked back. Garrett Cole earns his 8th victory of the season as he goes 6+ innings and allows only a pair of base hits. Mike Fiers struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Fans, our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Astros, 7 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Our paid attendance at the Coliseum this afternoon, 47,170. The A's would like to thank you for your attendance and remind you to please drive home safely.
It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the AL West, the Houston Astros combined to give up just 5 hits as they defeated the A's in Oakland 7-5. In the standings, the A's sit in second place in the American League West, yet they currently hold a spot in the race for the American League wild card. While the Astros are atop the division, they are more than 10 games ahead of second place. The Toronto Blue Jays knocked out 10 hits as a team as they nabbed the extra innings win over the Mariners 6-4. As of today, the Blue Jays are in 4th place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first. While the Mariners are in 4th place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first. The Chi Sox knocked out 12 hits as a team as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 5-3. As of right now, the Angels sit in 3rd place in the American League West Division, 16 games out of first, while the White Sox sit in 2nd place in the AL Central Division, 14.5 out of first. Hunter Pence was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits, as the Rangers pushed past the Twins 14-9. At the start of the day, the Rangers sit in last place in the American League West Division. They're over 20 games out of first. While the Twins are in 3rd place in the AL Central. They're 15.5 games out of first. Matt Strahm was victorious for the 5th time this season, leading the Yankees past the Indians 4-1. Entering the day's action, the Yankees are in 2nd place in the AL East, 2.5 games out of first. And the Indians are in 1st place in the AL Central. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd place. The Tampa Bay Rays stopped their 6-game losing streak as they defeated the visiting Tigers 2-1. Heading into the day, the Rays sit in 3rd place in the American League East Division. They're over 20 games out of first, while the Tigers are in last place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. The Bo Sox combined for a 4-hitter as they took down the visiting Orioles 3-0. As of today, the Red Sox sit atop the American League East Division. They own a 2.5-game advantage, while the Orioles are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. Paul Sewald collected his 8th win in relief, leading the Metropolitans over the Royals 5-4. As of right now, the Royals sit in 4th place in the American League Central Division. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Mets sit in 3rd place in the National League East Division, 11.5 games out of first. The Dodgers completed a 3-game series sweep as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 2-1. The win was their 7th in a row. Entering the day's action, the Braves sit in 4th place in the National League East Division, 12 games behind 1st place, while the Dodgers sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division, 2.5 games out of first. Anthony Rendon had an outstanding day at the plate with 8 runs batted in as the Nationals downed the Brewers 10-8. At the start of the day, the Nationals sit in 2nd place in the National League East Division. They're 3.5 games back, while the Brewers sit in 3rd place in the National League Central Division. They're 15 games back. Robert Stock won his 5th game out of the bullpen as the Padres got by the Phillies 3-2. Heading into the day, the Phillies are in 1st place in the NL East, 3.5 games ahead of 2nd, while the Padres are in 3rd place in the NL West, 13 games out. Adam Wainwright got his 7th win out of the bullpen, helping lead the Cards past Cincinnati 6-4. In the standings, the Reds sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, yet they currently lead the race for the National League wild card, while the Cardinals are at the bottom of the division. They're over 20 games out of first. The Pirates combined for 4 total home runs as they nabbed the win against the visiting Cubs 6-0. As of today, the Pirates are in 4th place in the NL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. And the Cubs are atop the division. They are enjoying a comfortable 9-game cushion. The Arizona Diamondbacks got 11 hits overall as they defeated the visiting Giants 8-1. Entering the day's action, the Diamondbacks sit in 4th place in the National League West, 14 games back, while the Giants are at the bottom of the division, 17 games out of first. Jeff Hoffman allowed nothing in his complete game shutout win as the Rockies defeated Miami 1-0. As of right now, the Rockies are leading the National League West. They own a 2.5-game advantage, while the Marlins sit in last place in the National League East. They're over 20 games out of first. And that's the show. Thanks for listening in. I'll be back tomorrow with more news and updates from around the majors. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Starting in the AL East, the Mariners got 12 hits in this one as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 6-1. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim grabbed 13 hits in the game as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 6-3. Justin Verlander got his 16th win this year, helping the Astros get by the Tigers 4-2. He is among the AL leaders in wins. The Baltimore Orioles combined for 10 hits as a team as they stole a victory in extra innings over the Royals 1-0. The Chicago White Sox had 12 hits as a team as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 8-4. CC Sabathia got the win on the mound, his 14th this season, as the Padres were winners over the Reds 4-1. He is currently in the top 5 in the NL in wins. Nick Kingham grabbed win number 6 on the year, helping lead the Pirates to victory over the Nationals 3-1. The St. Louis Cardinals put together 10 total hits as they got the best of the Brewers at home 5-4. The Arizona Diamondbacks went deep 4 times as they secured the win in extras against the Rockies 7-6. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.